Hello everybody! My name is AC and welcome to IPR's Game Room. Today I'm going to be talking about Visigoths versus Mallgoths, a fantastic RPG by Lucien Kahn about weird teens and an even weirder mall in 1996. Now, this game is part RPG and part dating sim, and it's for that reason that I would recommend playing it with older teens and adults. I'm talking about high school level and up. It's a game about the conflicts and romances among the warriors who sacked ancient Rome and 20th century spooky teens. Now, at this point, you might be wondering what exactly a Visigoth is, but this isn't a game about historical accuracy. However, if you are curious, there is a section in the gamebook that talks about it. The main things to know is that they were a group of nomadic tribes that consisted of a large variety of ethnic groups that definitely knew their way around a spear. Mallgoths, on the other hand, are less worried about conquering ancient Rome and more worried about conquering their own inner turmoil. A playgroup should consist of both Mallgoths and Visigoths, as the game's main conflict includes these two groups fighting each other for control of the mall. There's also the role of the mall rat, who is essentially a game master. They play all the NPCs and set up the conflicts for the player characters. And there are plenty of NPCs for the mall rat to have fun with. The game's mall comes populated with a bunch of stores and store clerks, all of whom have their own pre-written character bios that are just super fun to read. The NPCs also cover a wide variety of ethnicities, sexualities, and genders, which I, as a person who cuffs my jeans, definitely appreciates. This is a theme of diversity that runs throughout the entire game. I mean, the blurb on the back of the book says it best. There are a lot of bisexuals in this game. The mall itself is a fantastic playground for players to explore. Even just the names of the stores are fantastic. Some of my favorites include a Feta Worse Than Death, which is a fancy cheese store. Big Disc Energy, which sells CDs and laser discs and also has karaoke. Floppy Joe's Cyber Chili. Floppy Joe's Cyber Chili, which is a internet cafe and also has probably the best name for a storefront that anyone has ever thought of. I wish this place was real so I could go to it. All of the stores have pre-written items for sale. You can, of course, also make items as you see fit. The gamebook also has 6 pre-written campaigns in it. These can be played just as one-shots, or you can link them together for a longer campaign. This, plus the pre-made NPCs and setting, make Visigoths versus Mallgoths a super easy game to just sit down and get into. The mechanics are super simple. Each player just needs 2d6 that they roll during a conflict. They then add those numbers together, along with any bonuses that their character may have from abilities or items. Whoever has a bigger number in the end wins. If it's a tie, then both characters win, but the situation escalates. Say that 2 player characters are fighting and they tie. They both get what they want, say hurting the other, but they might also get kicked out of the store that they were fighting in. Now, injuries in Visigoths versus Mallgoths are never physical. Even if a Visigoth skewers your character with a spear, they're not going to get all bloody. Instead, think of it like the spear passes right through you like in a cartoon, and your character instead marks down an emotion on their hurt feelings part of their character sheet, like maybe betrayed or angry. If you get too many of these, then you get taken out of the fight. Hurt feelings can be healed by talking to a fellow player character about them during an action. Time in play is split up into 6 sections, and each of the groups, the Visigoths and the Mallgoths, can take one action during each of these sections. The game also has pre-made character sheets for players. including 3 for the Visigoths, the Runecaster, Charlatan, and Conqueror, and 3 for the Mallgoths, including Cyberpet, Witch, and Theater Tech. Each of the characters have their own abilities and strengths. For instance, the Conqueror Visigoth can, once a day, without rolling, convince someone that a modern item was invented by Visigoths. The Mallgoth Cyberpet can don their cute animal ears to get a half-off discount at any of the mall's stores. At the beginning of the game, players also pick out embarrassing traits for each other. Now, Visigoths usually choose them for the Mallgoths and vice versa. You can refuse the embarrassing trait that another player has tried to give you, but then you have to choose 2 embarrassing traits for yourself. These are used during conflicts, where if your friend is having some trouble, you can embarrass yourself using your trait to give them a +3 on their roll. For example, if a Mallgoth is trying to shoplift some buttons from bears, but they're about to get caught, their friend can embarrass themselves, maybe by having a really loud phone call from one of their parents, in order to give them a +3 so they succeed on that roll. Besides committing petty theft and having actual fights between the Mallgoths and the Visigoths, players can also flirt with NPCs, explore the mall, flirt with each other, go on dates, spy on your friends' dates, and complete the quests that are outlined in the pre-made campaigns in the book. Again, all of this makes Visigoths versus Mallgoths a super easy game to just hop into. The recommended play size is 4 to 6 players, with there being at least 2 Mallgoths and 2 Visigoths, as well as, of course, the reigning Mall Rat. Adventures don't usually take more than 3 to 5 hours, so this is a great game for anybody who wants to relive their chaotic mall teen days. That being said, it's recommended that you don't play this game with mixed age groups, aka adults playing with teens, because of the dating sim aspect. It's also recommended that you don't play this with your family because, not that you couldn't, but even pretending to kiss your siblings or parents or cousins is going to get weird. The gamebook has a pretty big section talking about this, as well as talking about general consent in gaming. There's also some great resources if you're feeling kind of iffy about playing someone who's a different ethnicity or gender or sexuality than you are IRL. All that being said, if you miss the epic highs and lows of high school romance drama, this is the game for you. As always, Visigoths vs. Mallgoths is available on IPR's website through the link in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, as well as our monthly newsletter, which only comes out once a month, and it has everything that you'll need to know about the current IPR news, such as what's back in stock, what's new in stock, what's out of stock, and even podcasts or Kickstarters that we think you guys might like. And remember, gamers, Floppy Joe radiates the biggest disc energy of them all. Talk to you next time.